There's a new show airing on Fusion that exposes the dirty secrets of the black market. Everything from illegal sex and pharmaceuticals to even trafficking human organs. Have a look.
With the right money, you can buy anything.
Drugs, exotic animals, sex, and even human body parts.
Nel Hedayat takes you on a global journey.
We've walked into a trafficking house.
The buyers.
I gave him the money. In return, I got his kidney.
The sellers.
Really waste a lot of money.
Inside billion-dollar black markets, hiding in plain sight.
But this sounds to me like legalized trafficking.
Joining us now in the audience is journalist and host of Fusion's new global docuseries, The Traffickers, Nel Hedayat. Nel, thanks for being here. And from what I've heard, this experience not only shocked you, but it even changed who you are as a human being from what you saw?
Yeah, I mean, it was 21 countries. We went around the world almost 5 times. I mean, we went to every place you could possibly imagine. And I'm a journalist, that's what I do. I go to these places, I find the story, and I report on it. What I didn't expect was when we were investigating gold and fake pharmaceuticals and even the trafficking of human kidneys, was to be touched so personally by some of the stories and some of the things that I was seeing.
So you're sort of the Anthony Bourdain of trafficking.
Yeah, smaller, more womanly and slightly browner, but yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, this whole topic of trafficking in drugs and people and organs, it's horrifying, but at the same time, fascinating. And I guess in your travels, you found one of the biggest things, you found a recurrent theme that there were so many bribes and so many payoffs going on to get to that endpoint.
I mean, what I usually thought about trafficking, or what about corruption, when we say those things, I thought, you know, House of Cards style, slick guys in cars going around handing over, you know, envelopes with money in it. That's not how corruption works. I saw it firsthand with my own eyes. And it's usually blue-collar workers. It's the guy who runs the customs office. It's the guy who runs the port. It's the guy who rubber stamps a document to allow an operation and a kidney to be taken illegally. Those are the people that are culpable. Even this one time when we were in Bangladesh, we were in the capital city, Dhaka. And I went and we interviewed this guy, and it was all anonymous because he was essentially ratting on his own crew, his trafficking crew. And I said, how do you find these people? It's not like you go around the streets. And he said, no, I'm a porter in the hospital. And what I do is I look for people who look vulnerable enough. And if I spot them, I know the blood type that I need for the foreign buyers. I go and I ask and I get what my clients need. And the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. It really does.
So are they murdering people and taking organs, or are they paying them, or saying they will pay them and don't? Let me just take your kidney. Do things go terribly wrong, infections and death, because you don't have skilled surgeons taking these organs? What's happening?
This is what's really shocking, Dr. Funk, that often these are professional doctors in fully qualified and clinical situations. This isn't like an episode of, you know, a horror show or something where they're there with a dirty chainsaw. No, it's always done in a very professional environment. And the way it works, very simply, is harrowing. It's usually us, people in the West, people in the first world, who have the money to be able to pay for these. And we're desperate, and organ donation is such a rare thing anyway, that we go off to the places where people need money. And often Bangladesh, India, places like that. And an exchange is made. Someone needs money, someone needs a kidney. And the doctors, I mean, it's very hard to sit in front of you guys here today, the doctors are the traffickers, can you believe it?
So do the doctors then, and this is hard to acknowledge, but do they take a cut of that payment in exchange for coordinating the sale of black market organs?
Yes.
Well, you can understand the desperation of people, especially if they do have money. It's like, well, what's the point of money if I'm going to die as my kidney fails? So I'm going to take my money and save my life. Not condoning at all this horrible way to do it, but there are 123,000 people waiting for an organ. We get through about 30,000 transplants a year.
So
those
there's
numbers don't
clearly
match.
a demand in the Western world. They have money and they need organs of all types.